Big Blue Thumb Productions presents the Podlie Podcast. Here's your hosts, Podlie Bill, Podlie Cliff, and Podlie Paul.
And hello, everybody. Here we are, Epi 171.
You're out of breath because we just ran up that stair.
We just had to run up the... we were busy having a chat downstairs and realized, holy cow, it's...
Look at the time.
Look at the time. And hey, we're streaming live to not only our Podlie Podcast YouTube page, but also the Podlie Podcast Facebook page. And I already see, holy, back on Facebook from
Who came in
Jamie.
first? Jamie.
Jamie's
3,500 points.
Nicole, 2,500.
25.
Jimmy. Do we give, well, there's
Wow,
household.
well,
So
yeah,
do we give the other
no, have
points?
to, have to.
Have to give the points? 1,500. Holy, back on Facebook. Yeah, we're trying streaming to both platforms tonight, so you can tune in from both.
Because all these people complaining, I won't mention any names.
Jimmy Hill says, welcome back to
Sue!
Facebook. Sue Roberts is here with us. There you go. So we're going to see, we can see all of your comments, whether you're commenting on Facebook or we can see all of you guys jumping in here tonight.
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
So good to see everybody as they come in. And of course, a big thank you to our...
We just about missed it, eh?
we just about, yeah, sponsored that. We were having conversation. I looked at my phone at the time and thought, oh, still got 10 minutes left. We were chatting away. And I looked down at my phone. Holy cow, we got 1 minute left.
Holy crap.
Well, they're running up the stairs. I'm hobbling up the stairs.
we had to rush up here to get to our little studio and get this night underway with episode 171.
Underway. Why is it always underway?
Overway. By way.
Why is it
You know
underway?
what I think,
I
guys?
don't know.
It's just way.
That's a
It
good
is
question.
just way.
We're here live.
Good evening, Mr. Van Dyke. I mean, Chai. Good evening.
Chai is here as well. Let us know, by the way, evening to Laura, what you think of us streaming on both platforms. Does that work for those of you who aren't able to, because I know there were some were saying they just couldn't get onto YouTube. So hopefully this will open that up. Laura wants to know if you're wearing, is that Paul's 80s outfit? Must be the hat.
I'm sorry, what?
You wearing an 80s outfit?
Well, Depeche Mode is an 80s band.
Who?
Depeche Mode.
Or has Paul's kids told me at the Ravenwood Music Club this past Friday night, DM stands for direct message.
Direct message.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's not it's direct message, not Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Who?
there you do. Yeah, Laura, you can tell your mom that we're on Facebook. She can.
I was born in the 80s.
So,
I was born.
Which,
in
by the way-
USA.
Jimmy says Facebook works for him over YouTube. So
Jimmy G, that's
we haven't
awesome,
seen,
buddy.
We haven't seen Jimmy in a while. So
Yeah, Jimmy. Jeez, Jimmy. What the hell, Jimmy?
good to see you here. By the way, we had a really good Ravenwood Music Club this past Friday evening with Lily Monahan. Another sold-out show, and it was a blast. We got one more coming up March 8th with Mallory
Chipman.
Tickets have already, surprisingly, we're already selling tickets now for that show. People are buying. So
Booyah.
I think we're going to sell that one out really quick.
We've
but
done.
they're not.
Sorry, Cliff. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say they're not buying tickets for the artist. It's for the MC.
Of course.
He said,
Is there a
of
performer?
course.
Of which I have not been invited to be one
Of
yet.
course.
Thank you very much. 5 shows down, all sold out. 5 shows down, all sold out. We've got
Yep.
one show
Just one show to go.
coming up. They're already selling. The show's not till next month. So get on it. Get on
Jimmy
it, guys.
G, Jimmy Hill.
Jimmy Hill says, since you went off the Book of Faces, he hasn't been with us.
Listen, dude. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. He's there. We'll see if other people do jump in. Anyway, other than that, how was your guys' week? We were talking downstairs, Cliff, about how sometimes if you have a weekend where you're just kind of laying around relaxing, Mondays it's hard to get going. But if you have a weekend where it's go, 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 and you hit Monday, Monday just falls in as another day.
It's so weird. Like I actually had a down weekend, didn't do much, yada yada yada, and today I'm just like strung out, dragged out. I mean, it could be the 26 of whiskey I pounded last night. No,
That might have done
that is a complete joke.
I thought that was a new cologne.
Yeah.
That's right. That was a complete joke. I was just kidding. But no, like I actually kind of lazed about this weekend.
Yeah.
And yet Monday, it's like, you think you'd feel more refreshed.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I mean, like, normally when it's a crash weekend, Monday comes along and you're still like back, right? But you're not. But yeah, like, I'm just dragging my ass all day today.
Yeah. Sue says it's called old age, Cliff.
So that would apply to me if I was old.
She comes on here and starts insulting.
I know.
Everybody.
That would apply to me if I was old.
Yeah,
You
well, it's kind of funny because I'm that way as well. Like a lot of times, sometimes it gets mid-evening or so. I kind of will sit down at that point and
Yeah, chill,
kind
yeah.
of take it a bit easy. But if I have a day where you're kind of not doing nothing all day and you're laying around,
It's hard.
and then you try and get going the next day, it's like I just can't get going here.
I was having a conversation with my neighbors. My kids and I were shoveling the driveway the other day, and I made a comment, blah blah blah, and I'm getting tired because I'm 49 years old. Both a husband and wife just kind of, and I saw them just kind of. It just snickered, right? Yeah, you're 49. Just wait. Just wait. Is I saw them say, right?
See what Sue says, 60 is the new 80.
It's the new 80. There you go.
Sue, it's the
There
other
you
way
go.
around, dude.
There you
It's
go.
the other, Susan, it's
That's
the
kind of
other
how
way
I'm
around.
feeling. 49 is the new 80. That's how I'm
It's
feeling.
the other way around.
That's
All
how I'm
right, Jim's
feeling.
Day is this Thursday. So does that mean birthday, Jamie?
Very cool.
Birthday,
Wow.
James?
Very
Is that what
cool.
that means?
Jamie?
Happy be early birthday, Jim. Hey, I got a question, guys. It was
allowed one.
it was suggested to me. So, for those of us who do not know, I got damaged. I fell on some ice a couple weeks ago. It was
What in your drink?
suggested to me that I have an ailment called frozen shoulder. Has anybody heard of that?
Yes. Yep.
What is it? I've never heard of this. Frozen shoulder. So, truth, I fell on ice. I fell on this whole side. I've got tingles all the way up. Now, I'm not broken. I have range of
sitting with us.
motion. What's frozen shoulder?
Other people said that's also have tingles.
Yes, but that is the wrong body part. That is the wrong body part.
I don't want to know about that.
And that show happens on Sunday night with Sue Johansson. Thank you very much.
And Sue Roberts says she's had it, frozen shoulder.
So it is a physical ailment, but what is it? What is it? 'Cause
Quite simply, Polly, it is basically the movement of the shoulder.
Yeah.
The entire movement of the shoulder.
Yeah.
Is part of a ball joint, right? So what happens is, as you lift your shoulder this way, if it's injured, the inside of the ball,
Yep.
you get lesions and or buildup and or whatever. So now what happens is you can't move it up, and if you don't start to actually, with physiotherapy and all that type of stuff, start to move it,
Yeah.
what'll happen is it'll stop there, and you won't be able to move it further up.
Okay.
And when that happens, that's called a frozen shoulder.
Okay. Because it hurts like a bugger.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I
know.
inhale,
I've had
inhale,
issues.
and I get
know.
pain right there.
I've had issues with both my shoulders.
Yep.
And it's come from years of playing contact sports. I've had numerous times of shoulders going numb during hockey games and that kind of stuff. So from the last biggest issue I had was with my right shoulder, which is why I love playing golf. So it wasn't until last year I finally got to actually go out and play
That's
golf
right.
again. Swing a golf
That's
club.
right.
But that was after a lot of physiotherapy to get back into the shoulder to where it's really good now. Now I still exercise it, move it around and stuff, but definitely the pain is gone. But I was at a point where I couldn't do anything. I couldn't lift things. If I lift things the wrong way, the pain was immense in the shoulder. And I know you've had shoulder problems as well.
Mine was really bad. That's why and golfing. One of the things I did was I'm like, screw you, I'm gonna do it anyway. And then I just started doing it, and it hurt like a banshee. But then slowly the movement started.
Physiotherapy, by the way, is not comfortable. Don't go. It's there's that old saying, "No pain, no gain." When you go for physio, it's not comfortable. It hurts.
So
but it
Tina,
works.
do I have full range of motion? Well, yes, I do have full range of motion. Okay. But it
You might have a pinched nerve or something.
I've
in
got
there.
it friggin' hurts.
Yeah.
It really hurts.
I just want to quickly go back here. We got lots of people watching tonight. So there's people coming in here we haven't seen in a long time. Tina Adam. Hello, Tina.
Hi, Tina.
Trying to say hi to everybody that's jumped in. Leslie Ann is here with us.
Well.
Donna May, good to see you again. I haven't seen you of
Sue.
course, for a long time. And of course, Sue joining us as well. Leslie Ann, I saw you on Friday night. I didn't get any texts from you this weekend.
Hi,
so I hope
Ellen.
everything was good.
Hi, LM.
So I think all was good there. So anyway, how was your guys' week? Other than we know Ravenwood Music Club,
It was good.
Had a slow weekend.
Slow weekend, yeah. I mean, and tired today. But yeah, otherwise good. Goes so quickly. It just goes so fast. That's the issue. Leslie Ann got your joke, got your little thing there, Paulie.
LM, did you get that?
Yeah,
LM?
she got them right there.
LM?
She said LM.
Yeah. So, and how about you, Paul? How was the week?
Paulie Ollie.
Got to think about it. Friday by Lily Monahan, 23 years old. She's freaking brilliant. It was great. The Ravenwood Music Club was fantastic. Saturday, I had a gig out in, can't remember, the little itty bitty town out by Edson. Casino gig.
And Twistle?
No, further than it was like really small, Cliffy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can't think of it. Can't think of it.
Wildwood?
That's what it is. Thank you.
Wildwood. There we go.
That's what it is. I was in Wildwood for Saturday night.
That's wild.
For
what
Fun
night?
Casino.
Oh, for what night?
Saturday. You bugger.
Saturday! That was for you, Nicole.
Yeah, there you go. Nicole commented, I haven't seen another comment. We'll see if she jumps up here. Yeah.
Thank you, Jim. Yeah, Wildwood. I was there Saturday night. Good. Yeah, no. Kids are good. Hockey tonight.
And Jimmy says he put on a lot of miles last week. Lots of windshield time. Jimmy, where'd you go?
Yeah, driving all over the place, I'm sure. Nicole, thank you, boys. Well, there you go.
Oh, hey, something for you, by the way.
What's that?
You said last week, we're going to the Alan Doyle show on the 29th.
Yeah, mama.
Alan Doyle.
Alan Doyle.
And you said last week, gee, I better start listening to Alan Doyle music.
Right.
So I took your thing to heart. I was on Google Home today. His new album is called Welcome Home. His new single is Welcome Home. The tour is called the Welcome Home Tour. I can't get the album on Google Home. I can just get this single, Welcome Home.
Oh,
I can't get the album.
is that your main source of music?
Yes.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna order the CD from.
That's what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah.
So just mental note. I took your...
I appreciate the reminder because I actually forgot about it.
Yeah, I took your
The show or the music?
29th.
music. Forgot to order the
Alan
CD.
Doyle, we're going. And I gotta learn this new stuff.
It's just I like to know the stuff before I go, right?
Amen.
And I know a lot of his older stuff, but
Amen.
his newer stuff. Damn it! I wish I hadn't forgotten. I could have been listening to it all week. Damn it.
But you can't. Hey, mental note. You can't get it on Google Home, buddy. Just so you know. You can get the single. Can't get the album.
Look at where Jimmy's been: Vancouver, Prince Albert, Hardisty, Fort Mac, Lloydminster. Jeez, dude, you really have put a lot of windshield time.
Laura May, if you have the album on CD, can I borrow it for 3 weeks? Please. I would
Take
really
a long
appreciate
time
it.
to listen to.
I would really appreciate that, so I can put it in my car. Thank you very much. So.
Wow. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Let us know. It looks like streaming on both platforms is a good idea. Yeah, we're getting a good mix of people here tuning in.
Love it.
To us tonight. And again, big reminder: Manual Labor Beer out of Sherwood Park, of course, our sponsor, and we'll be there live on April 22nd. So for those of you that haven't been on with us in a while and haven't heard that, April 22nd we'll be doing the Podlie Podcast live stream from Manual Labor Brewery in Sherwood Park.
I was just gonna say, if you don't know what Manual Labor is, they're a brewery and they make craft beers and they're pretty freaking fantastic.
Yeah, and they have a big, nice upstairs area in the brewery. That's where we'll be.
With
They
free pinball machines.
free pinball machines. Great beer.
That's
and they
just one of them.
And I take on all newcomers on the pinball machine. I take on all newcomers.
Anybody will take you on. Leslie Ann, yes, Manual Labor makes good beer.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, she just had one on Friday.
Yes, they do.
At the Ravenwood Music Club.
Yeah, Jamie, you should come visit, dude.
Jamie, how did the crew meet go? I wanted to go, couldn't go. I had the kids. Tell me how the crew meet go. I was there in spirit. I was there in spirit. I wanted to go, just couldn't go because I had the kids.
I actually saw some pictures of it. Looked like there was a lot of people there.
Yeah, I wanted to go, just couldn't go.
Yeah, it's a use
It's the new kind of meat.
for smoking.
For smoking.
Yeah. And it's good to quench your thirst, Leslie Ann. Did you shoot that beer back and I missed that on Friday night, Leslie? Boy, those pretzels did make you thirsty.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. Donna May, is there a reason your date is one day after April 1st Fool's Day?
Could very well be April Fool's Day.
Maybe.
Could very well be, Donna.
Do you guys celebrate Valentine's Day with your significant others?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. It's not a like a major deal in that. Well, this Wednesday we're gonna go to a movie, but
Oh, you going to? Oh, there you go. Okay, so yeah, okay, movie. Yeah, there you
what
go.
movie we're going to?
I don't know. Terminator.
No. My name is Denicio Montoyo. You killed my father.
Prepare
Prepare
to
to
die. Is that showing?
Inconceivable.
Is that Princess Bride? Where's it showing?
It's showing at the
Metro.
Metro.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so me and my
My
lovely
daughter's favorite movie.
wifey are heading there, and we can't wait for the priest to stand up there and say, "Marriage."
Hey, so tentatively, I am emceeing and officiating a wedding for a mutual friend of all of ours. I was thinking of that's how I'm going to begin. Marriage. It's very funny.
Marriage.
I'm not, Candace. Don't worry. You're safe. You're safe.
Leslie, sorry, I'm just going back here. Sue says, I'll be up there March 20th to the 23rd. Anything then? I don't know. Don't know yet. Nothing in March. It won't be live in March. So
Change it to April.
that'll be April. Yeah, April will be, sorry, nothing in March. Just our standard live stream as you see here.
Sue, just for a little information for you guys, Sue has been knocking around a few heads at the WCB company or corporation, whatever you call it. And so she's coming up here to represent herself, and she does quite often.
Oh, good. Nice.
So, yeah, you want to mess with Sue.
Nice.
She kick your bloody
Can you do anything for Pros and Shoulders, Sue? I appreciate that. For all of you guys, Valentine's Day coming up. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day, if anything at all? I'm curious because I haven't had a Valentine's Day and I don't even know how long. So, just curious. Let me know what you guys are doing, if anything, for Valentine's Day.
If anything.
Just curious, he says.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's waiting to hear. Chocolates are
Well, you guys are my Valentine's. You guys were my Valentine's last year, though, and the year before that.
Yeah, I didn't.
And the year before that. I have
never
such
got-
a sad life,
I never got
guys.
a card from you.
I have such
so
a sad life.
You didn't get a card from me.
Sad life.
All right.
What's the topic, Bill?
There's a topic. Does the government listen to and
No,
or change
next.
policies based on public input? Do public protests work to gain the attention of politicians making decisions that may affect people or groups? I think I had a bit of a longer description, but I could only fit so many words in there before it told me I couldn't put any more words in. So that's kind of what we were looking at for the topic tonight. Let me get that out of there because I see a bunch more comments coming in here. So that's the topic. We've all went
Okay.
quiet.
Sue Roberts asked truckers, so I'm assuming trucker convoy.
Yeah.
Rhetorical question: did it do anything? Did the trucker convoy do anything?
It did a huge thing.
Okay, what did it do?
It influenced globally. It influenced globally the thought that people can protest using that which they used to work with. Christopher, nice to see you.
Hi, Christopher. I haven't seen you in a while.
So, okay, let me just be more succinct. I seem to be babbling. What the truckers in Canada did was they started a potential movement that has spread around the world, which until that trucker protest happened, I hadn't heard of anything like it. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. You guys
Agreed.
can
I
correct me.
hadn't heard.
But since then, it's been happening in Europe. It's been happening all over the place. And I mean, right currently now, the status in Germany and Paris and France and so on and so forth, go have a look. And I can talk further about that if necessary. So to answer your question, Podlie, and to answer whoever said, Sue, you said truckers. Yes, the impact was less felt in Canada, granted, because because our government put an end to it with force, and it ended. So, but the influence spread quite rapidly around the world. Australia as well, Sue. That's correct. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry, I just quickly, Leslie Ann's point. Yes, Donna May, it's April 22nd, not April 2nd.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
For the
It
live event.
lifted mandates much earlier than planned. Do you
100%
think?
true.
Do you think that's by again rhetorical question? Do you think that's by virtue of the convoy?
I think so.
Do you think so?
I think so.
I would say probably. I would agree with you. Yep, I would agree with you. I think so too.
Well, they put a lot of pressure on
Yep.
on the powers that be, and look what happened. I mean, it turned out that the Emergency Act, the enactment of the Emergency Act, was deemed illegal by a court of law.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
so the force, that's what Sue means when she says illegal force.
Yep.
So I don't know. I'm no lawyer, but the legalities of it, the court deemed that it was overstepping, I guess is what they say. But the impact of it was, Sue's correct, the impact of the truckers was that the mandates did come down faster, that they come down, and awareness of what the mandates were causing, I think was a huge deal, what the truckers put forth. And like I said, and you cannot underestimate the value of the influence that they've had around the world.
Mm-hmm. And I agree. I think protests, definitely one thing a protest does is it brings awareness to whatever the issue is, whether it was to do with the truckers and COVID or whatever, whatever the issue that might be coming up. Protests do bring awareness to an issue, whether or not they cause the government to make change is a different story. Maybe on occasion it does work. On other occasions, are they actually even listening, or do they even care?
Do they care?
That's where the situation comes in.
And Bill, that's a good point and a good topic too. I'll tell you, in Germany currently, a lot of what the protesters were protesting for, actually the government, for lack of a better term, capitulated, because they were going to up the taxes on diesel. They were going to infringe on the rights of farmers by implementing very stringent environmental laws. Whether you agree with them or not is irrelevant, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm hearing, and I could be wrong in this, but this is what I read, was that they have rescinded these restrictions, these environmental restrictions, number one. Number two, they have said that they will not implement that extra diesel tax, yada, yada, yada. But I mean, the Germans, they got quite balls to the wall with it. Unlike us in Canada, where we had the truckers and their nice, fun, bouncy castles and family events and barbecues. And,
it was a legit demonstration.
Beautiful,
in Germany.
beautiful, calm, collected people that didn't cause any ruckus other than a little bit of noise. Other than them, what happened in Germany was some of them took their tractors and spewed manure on government buildings, and of course they got watered down. And all, I get all that. But the fact of the matter is that people are standing up and in ways using their trucks and their farm equipment and all type of stuff. And that, I think, was actually influenced by the truckers. Now, anybody disagree with me, I'd be happy to discuss. And I'd love that. So.
And it's, again, of course, I think really depends also on how the protest is enacted.
Right.
Is it a peaceful protest? It is a protest where you're starting to throw rocks at somebody's windows.
Right.
It will depend upon how that protest is looked upon and what happens after that protest. Will things change?
Right.
Or,
Do you think the outcome changes? Do you think an outcome can change from a peaceful protest to a protest where people throw rocks and stuff like that? I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And
I agree.
And I think that's why a lot of people are on side with there are some political crazy people out there that are not interested in facts, and they're not interested in all that sort of stuff. I mean, and those are on both sides of the fence. But the fact of the matter is, anybody with any sort of ability to observe that the trucker convoy was completely and 100% peaceful,
Legal and peaceful,
right? And so in my mind, I think I don't know all the legalities of it, but from what my view was, it was peaceful. In my mind, there were no. I mean,
peaceful or not, Cliff, it was legal.
And it was legal.
Peaceful or not, it was legal.
No, but peaceful has a big deal though.
Oh, I agree. I
don't care if it's legal.
Yes, I agree.
But the terrorizing residents, I don't think that's good, right?
I agree.
Yeah, if you're doing a protest where, like I said, you're throwing things at people or trying to cause injury, or you're trying to make your point by, well, I'm gonna deface this whole wall of this building because that's going to be my point on this protest. I don't think you're going to get anywhere with that.
And look at what's happening with I don't want to open up another can of worms, but I just like to say one thing very quickly with what Christopher said.
Yeah, we got some great comments.
What Christopher said is the trucker protest exposed GoFundMe for the complicity with the government when it came to seizing the money. I'll certainly never use or donate anything to that company again. Do you know what, Christopher? GoFundMe will never see one single solitary penny from me and anybody that I can influence to not give them any pennies. Okay, that company proved itself very clearly and very overtly told us exactly who they are. Yeah, that's my piece.
Charities, make sure you do your homework. Period. Yeah. If you're going to give to a charity or a charity, no air quotes, make sure you do your homework first.
Yeah.
And I yeah.
Look,
yes.
look, and just to your point,
Yeah.
really a point, Polly. You look at I don't know if you follow. I follow a lot of news from all around the world. So I don't know if you follow these climate protesters who throw paint and oil on paintings
Paintings.
and everything else. Does that endear you to them when they go in the Trevi fountain and pour oil in the Trevi fountain that's been
Which just happened, actually.
Does that endear them to you? No. No, they're idiots.
No, yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I think how you protest makes a big difference.
I agree.
So to your point.
So
And
I love it. Go ahead, Bill. Sorry.
I was just gonna say the and also the ones that are kind of to your point as well, Cliff, that are very frustrating. Again, are these protesters? I put the air quotes up that do things such as going out in the ocean, blocking boats from their livelihood and pushing because they don't agree with.
Lying down in the street, not allowing people to go by. Ambulances.
You have an ambulance that needs to get somewhere because it's its job and it can't go because you're blocking the road. Things like that, right?
Can you just scroll up a little bit? The great comments, guys. I'm going to read some of your comments because I think they're great. Let's start with Christopher's. The trucker protest exposed GoFundMe. We said that already. Sue agrees with you, Christopher. She says you and me both.
Yeah.
Christopher. Sue says it did in Ottawa. Sue then goes on to say the police, in my opinion, created any non-peaceful moves.
Yeah, I would definitely
Debate that.
I don't know. There was a lot of poking going on. To Sue's point.
I hold more of a Weibo Ludwig. Oh, Weibo Ludwig. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time. I hold more of a Weibo Ludwig style of civil disobedience.
I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% familiar with that, unless Polly is.
Weibo Ludwig owned a farm. I want to say near St. Paul. Correct me if I'm wrong, Christopher. It was indeed Alberta. Weibo Ludwig shot a trespasser on his land. This is 15 years ago. So and then Weibo, that's right. And then Weibo Ludwig also, that part, help me with that, Christopher.
Okay.
With the Weibo Ludwig blowing stuff up, because that part I don't remember.
So let me just say for the record, I am not the type of person that in any way promotes and or accepts violence.
Yes.
The moment the violence begins, I'm out, because I don't think that is a way. There's no point in fighting violence with violence. It makes no sense, right? Unless it's a war, unless it's an all-out blah, blah, blah. But to actually protest, but then create violence out of that, I don't know. It would be a fine line for me.
Yeah. Leslie Ann's got a long comment here.
Love these comments, guys. Keep them coming.
So, Polly, do you want to read that?
I think the government actually, pardon me, this is L.A., Leslie Ann, that's why I said it, L.A., Leslie Ann. I think the government actually cares a little too much about what is trending on social media. Social media is not public opinion. All algorithms can be manipulated by the users or imposed by the platform. A government that changes based on social media versus protest or referendum is adjusting policy based on childish whims. I voted for my MLA and MP based on the policies I share in common with them.
That's that succinct and perfectly stated, and I don't disagree with a single solitary word in that comment.
You should marry that girl.
I should marry that girl. She's amazing.
Jeez.
Yeah, and she knows how to stay hydrated. So that's good.
I'm off key.
Yeah, Sue says, I think she meant AI equals artificial intelligence. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're right, Christopher. That's what he did. He blew up a well in Port
And Sue
Clinton.
says And Sue says, "Well said, Leslie." Well said, Leslie. And yeah, blew up well and poured concrete into the other. Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I remember Weibo because he shot a trespasser, but I couldn't, and I knew he was he was very vocal in his protests, but I couldn't remember in what capacity.
Right. And hey, look at the clock there, Cliff.
Holy wow, look at that. 30, just over. This time it's just over. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the middle of the podcast.
Well, we just made it to the start of the podcast.
We just made it to the start of the podcast.
Yeah, again, the nice thing too, now we're seeing your reactions. We're seeing hearts and laughing emojis.
Love it.
Yeah, I
You
like it. It's
half an
nice.
hour in. How do you guys like this way? I love it.
I think I like this better that it's both YouTube and Facebook. That's good. That's good. And Sue says, media influence is absolutely horrifying. Sue, you got that right, my friend. It's crazy. We've talked. I don't know if you've listened to many of our shows, but
because she's now back with us.
Sue, I'm just curious. Where do you get your news from? Where do you get your news from? Do you get it from CBC? Do you get it from Global? Where do you get your news from? I'm just curious.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Sue. It is definitely influence. Wow, I tell you, there's no such thing as. I found an interesting site a little while ago. It's called 1440. If you just go to Google and search news media 1440, you'll get to a website. I think it's called 1440.com. And so are you listening to this? 1440.com. They pride themselves in giving you the facts and only the facts. I mean, there's no editorializing. There's no nothing to tell you this happened. And you're free to make up your own mind how you feel about it or go get editorials along the way. So,
Yeah.
see, Sue's got a fantastic point there. She says TV teaches you how to watch TV.
Well, yeah, but you look at the world now, whether it's TV, whether it is business, whether it is media, through algorithms, as we've talked about, through AI, through the way that everything is, you're bombarded with constant messaging in your face
constantly.
on every social media platform, etc., that you're on. So it's TV is just one platform that's trying to throw everything into everybody's face, right?
Podlie, I've said this before. To answer the question you asked Sue, I'll answer it voluntarily on my behalf. I've said this before on the Podlie podcast in this exact same way. I watch all of the mainstream news. I watch.
That's one.
I watch CBC and Global, and I listen to Ched
that's two.
on the radio, which is Chorus, blah, blah, blah. But then I also, by the way, in the States, I also listen to CNN.
Okay, that's three.
And then I also listen to Fox.
Four.
Right? And then I also
And
go...
YouTube.
Then I go to the independent newsmakers.
Five.
Right? And then what happens, Podlie, this is the deal. It is my sincere and firm belief that, and also I go to Daily Wire with Shapiro. And also I go to 1440.com, which gives you plain old.
I like that. I hadn't heard that one.
Okay, and then there's another one called Both Sides. They send you a newsletter and tell you this is how each side looked at the world today.
I love Joni
which
Mitchell.
is really interesting.
Yeah.
And I've said this on the podcast before, and I'll say it again. It is my sincere and true belief that if you boil enough bullshit, the truth will rise to the top. Okay, so you boil the bullshit, let it simmer like you would anything else, and slowly the cream of the fat will rise to the top, which is generally the truth. But that's because we're intelligent beings. We, unlike what Canadian government wants to do and take away our access to information because they don't think we can handle it, in my mind, all of us have the ability to distill information and let our senses tell us what is true and what is not. That's my humble opinion.
So really the long and the short of it is, as Cliff has said, watch all the networks if you want
Exactly.
to watch them, and then you or go to YouTube or 1440,
Correct.
and then you can form your own opinion.
Form your own opinion.
What you feel about it, and whether that opinion is different. It's going to be different than others for sure, but at least you've kind of done your research and you can form that opinion.
So then let me ask you guys something.
Facts, right?
Let me ask you guys something. Again, devil's advocate. Let's talk about little Johnny, who is got a full-time job, who's got a family, who's got a wife and a family of three, and he's going to soccer, and he's going to ballet, and he's got weekends because he's got to cut the grass and shovel the snow and this, that, and the other thing. Where does he get his news for the best? I guess, version of.
I get what you mean, and I can answer your
Do
question.
you see what I mean? That's my question.
I can answer your question.
That's my
Paul.
question.
I can answer your question. Okay. What are you interested in top? What's your top interest? No, I'm not asking for it. This is a rhetorical question. What are your top
Good,
interests?
because I was going to say Pornhub.
Pick your top two interests of what interests you in the world as far as news goes. And then what you do is you watch 6 different broadcasts of it. Or you listen to 6 different broadcasts of it. And within 10 minutes, each broadcast will probably give you a good idea of what's going on. Now me, for a guy like me, I'm interested in a lot of things. So for me, listening to news is kind of like a constant thing. When I have a moment, if I'm in the car, I'll put on, let's say, I don't know, like pick a podcast. Or I'll put on YouTube and I'll listen to the CNN shorts. But then I'll go over to Fox and listen to the same newscast and see what do they say about it. So, but it's all through the day and here and there. I'm not focused or hyper focused on it. But I try to give everybody a chance. So if I listen to, let's say if I listen to a program on BBC that's talking about a certain event, I'll listen to that program. I'll enjoy it. I will listen to what the announcers are telling me. But sometime during the day, make no mistake, I'll be on an opposing viewed station
I hear somebody else's opinion.
and try and listen to what they say about it. And I think slowly in terms of that, I get, in my mind, certainly, I slowly get a better idea of maybe somewhere in the middle what's actually happening. Right? Because I've said this on this program on I don't know how many times now. If you watch, Fox exclusively, you have one view of the world. If you watch CNN exclusively, then you'll have one view of the world. But if you watch both of them, perhaps you'll get a little better view of the world.
Correct. And I come from a radio background. There was a news component, and this is how news gets their news. They have there's one legitimate national news
The Wire.
internet. It's The Wire. We take the story and we write it the way we want it. Now, the way I write it may not be the way he writes it. Now, we're writing news, i.e. facts or facts, right? But the way I see it, 10 dead, many dead. I mean, that's very different.
Yeah.
That's very, very different. So just as you guys know that is how newscasters write their news. And the afternoon newscaster technically has the same story as the morning newscaster, because news travels fast, but it doesn't travel that fast, right? So they might change it. The afternoon guy is first of all, something might have changed in the story, and then they're taking the morning newscaster's story, not the internet thing, and they're taking their story and they're picking up bits and pieces from it. So it's a game of telephone in the news business, is what it is.
And there's a couple of comments here I'm going to talk about. One is Nicole. My grandpa had said many times, take some of what you read, some of what you see, some of what you hear, and all of what you know.
Love it.
Your grandpa's got great advice.
Love it.
Good
Love
comment.
it, Nicole.
Christopher says, stop watching corporate news clip. And I'm going to disagree with you on that, Christopher, because I think you need to be open to watching everything and not just being narrow into one tunnel.
And you know what, Christopher, I'm with Bill on this, and those who know me to be this way. I watch corporate news, but I watch the news, like I said, from CNN and Fox.
Yeah, you're watching it all. You're not tying yourself into one station.
Exactly.
That's all you watch.
CBC and the Daily Wire, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, Christopher, I listen to and watch a lot of podcasts. So, pick your usual suspects on the left and the right, and I'm listening to a little bit of all of it. So
and form your opinion.
Johnny, Leslie Ann says, Johnny needs to realize that if he offers a spoon to someone to feed him, powerful people will grab that spoon and decidedly control everything he sees, and it will eventually control his behavior. That's a lot of self-autonomy to give away to already powerful people.
100%, Leslie Ann, 100%. And that's what Christopher is talking about. So I'm not disagreeing with your concept, Christopher. Leslie Ann just basically backed you up on what you're saying, and we get that. But there's no other way to really get the truth, because I tell you what, non-corporate media also has their motivations, right? If you got a YouTube dude that is pulling down, I don't know, $100,000 in advertising a year, believe me, he's going to be pandering to his audience. And if his audience wants to stay in the bubble,
he's got 1.2 million subscribers.
Right, and he's going to stay in that bubble, and he's going to continue in that, keeping those 100 whatever subscribers in his bubble, because he wants that $100,000 of the year. So I'm not so naive as to think that just because this is an independent YouTube channel, that they are not also influenced by the gains that they can make. We all are. And this is what I've tried to tell everybody about me and everybody else I've tried to talk about on this podcast. I put myself in the same situation as everybody else. I'm not sure. I don't know. I have my biases. I have my confirmation biases just like everybody else does. But I admit it and I know it and I recognize it and I'm aware of it. That is why I like to listen to many different programs in order to ensure that I'm getting the broadest information that I can.
Sue, not only are your comments on point, but as a grammar Nazi, I must tell you that your spelling is abso-friggin-lutely on point as well. Thank you very much for that. That's fantastic. Sue Robertson says, money influences the bad in people. I don't think you'll get any argument from me. He's true.
I think it depends. I think there's, again, it's looking both ways. I think, there are people that use money in a good way in regards to, helping people in need and those that that need it. So I can't say that I agree 100% with what Sue is saying, because, like I said, there are people out there, that do well, that support.
And to your point, Bill, you look at Elon Musk, right? Everybody knows I like Elon Musk. This is nothing new to anybody. I have a lot of respect for Elon Musk. But what he did, he's got a lot of money. So he uses that money. I mean, he only bought Twitter because of free speech, number one. Number two, he uses that money to have the ability to not be pressured. Right? So that's why when Disney said they were not going to advertise on his platform. You know what he said to Disney? Well, then go F yourself.
Okay. He said, okay.
Yeah,
he didn't. He said, go F yourself. Yeah. Right? No, but my point being is that he used money, to Bill's point, he used his money so that he doesn't need to pander. He used that as freedom. Yeah. And there are a lot of people that are doing it. Joe Rogan does that. He'll interview anybody. And everybody says Joe Rogan's an idiot. Why are you listening to Joe Rogan? I hate to break it to anybody. I'm not listening to Joe Rogan. He has guests on.
Yeah, guests for 4
and 5 hours
from everything.
Joe Rogan is a facilitator, guys.
From every single side of the political spectrum. Yep. So when people say that, oh, Joe Rogan,
sorry, and I won't even use the word facilitator. I will use the word mediator. That's what I will use. That's a better word.
No, he doesn't mediate anything. He just sits and listens.
Okay, well, facilitator then.
He just sits and listens and he asks a bunch of questions. So everybody who's saying that, oh, I suppose you listen to Joe Rogan. I do, and there's 9,000 guests.
Yeah, he's got guests from political side, the arts, music.
Everybody. CNN, Fox, it doesn't matter. He's got guests from everywhere.
He's not tied into one, as we've talked about. He's not in that one little loophole. This is the only kind of guest I'm going to have on because that's what I want to support.
Yeah, that's not actually true, Sue.
Yeah.
Sue says he bought Twitter to kick Trump's ass off, but no, that's not actually true. Trump was kicked off pre-Elon Musk, and Elon Musk has actually invited him back. Elon Musk doesn't kick off anybody. The whole reason he bought Twitter is because there was too much kicking off going on. That's why he bought Twitter in the first place. So, but Trump was off before. Trump was the previous Twitter people, which were they're the ones that kicked Trump off. But to kick a sitting president off a media network, that's now if that isn't censorship, I don't know what is.
So we're down to we've got about less than 45 minutes already left in the show. So obviously, as we said, the streaming to YouTube and to Facebook at the exact same time seems to be working for everybody at this point, which is a good thing.
You, ladies and gentlemen, I think have spoken. I think
everybody that has started listening to us today, could you just put a thumbs up or something if you're still here from the beginning? I'm really curious as to. Are we losing people with conversations like this because it's too serious, or I'm just curious. Christopher, are you still here?
Yeah, like we have dropped a number a little bit as we've gone through the conversation.
Yeah, so Jamie, you guys still here? Laura's still here?
Laura's still here.
Laura's still here.
Yeah, she says just only get to see some comments. LOL.
Yeah, because they won't on Facebook.
You guys are on separate platforms,
right? So if you're on Facebook, you won't see the
YouTube and vice versa.
Yeah,
For us, we see them all, but Yeah.
That's why we try and read as many as we possibly can, guys.
Yeah, that's why we read them, so that try and keep you guys
So-
in connected a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And this is a new thing, you guys. So for those of you who are who watched it on YouTube before, you can still keep the side YouTube on your screen, right?
Yep.
And just look at the comments, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
The other thing you'll get as well is, I'm not sure on the YouTube replay of this how that will work, but anyway, comment wise, like I said, we see them all whether they're Facebook or YouTube, and I do realize that's the one difference is if you're on Facebook, you're not going to see the YouTube comments and vice versa.
See what Leslie says?
She is
I'm on
up
both.
on both platforms.
Yeah, so Leslie ends up on both platforms. So that way she sees the comments. I mean, you can put
All of them.
You can see the screen where you only want to watch the screen
Mm-hmm.
on one, but you can watch the comments from two separate windows.
Two separate windows, you can do that. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know what, Laura? That's a fair comment. But just so you know, you can tag them on YouTube as well. But yeah. Sorry, Laura says that I may hop back onto Facebook because I enjoy tagging people in conversations better. 100%, Laura. But just like I said, just so you know, you can also do that on.
Sue, whatever's most comfortable for you. I'm a Facebook guy too.
And Sue says she prefers Facebook.
Yeah, I'm a Facebook guy too. I don't use Instagram. I do use YouTube for music, but I mean, whatever's best for you. Whatever's best for you.
Laura says she would need to follow on her tablet at the same time.
Okay, so let me ask you this then: Should we ditch
YouTube.
YouTube and stay with Facebook, or should we go on both platforms? I mean, I don't see a downside of both platforms at the
We
moment.
obviously have people watching from both platforms, so
Yeah, so I don't see a downside of both platforms.
I think it's worked out well. We've had more people watching tonight than we have had in the past couple of weeks on the show, just based on being on YouTube.
Based on YouTube, right?
And the reason why we are targeting this, guys, is we are trying to raise our viewership, our listenership. We're on a big push to get things we're on a big domino effect to get our listenership and viewership up, guys. So if
Nicole
you hear
says
us
they
talk
would
about
both.
this often, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sue says, I think you answered your own question, Cliff, meaning, yeah, we should stay on both.
Yeah, I think so too, Sue. Leslie says it's the most interaction in a while. Good one, Leslie. And
Agreed.
Donna May says depends on the numbers and what works best for the group. Yeah, Donna, that's a good point. And if there's no downside to both, I'd love to have them on both because I like building the YouTube side of things as well.
Yeah, and I think for those of you that are watching maybe even YouTube for the first time, you can still subscribe to that channel for sure. We can do that, but I think this just opens it up for those people like Tina who said she hasn't watched it since we stopped on Facebook. So
yeah, Tina. Well, happy to have you back, Tina.
yeah, we're opening some doors so both platform users can be happy and they can,
Let's see.
jump on both.
We accommodate.
We be
Yeah.
It might be 171 hours of what do you say, Paul?
Fluff,
Of those hours
but it's
you
damn
give it up.
good fluff.
But hey, we're here to serve.
That's right. You damn good fluff.
And Nicole says you can always go back and forth and watch the both platforms. I agree. Nicole, that's what Leslie Ann's doing right now. She has two screens, split screen, and she's watching the comments from both, but obviously watching the video on one. So perfect.
Yeah. Nicole says she's on. I'm on YouTube and can watch the beginning, and it's both completely amazing.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So at this point, then I don't think we'll be. We had discussed maybe changing the night as well, but we'll keep it. I think on Monday
I
nights.
think the consensus was
I think
that. No?
the consensus.
I
is
like
keep it on
Mondays.
Mondays.
Do you like Mondays? I like Mondays.
Tell me why I don't like.
Like Mondays.
Nicole
tell me
likes
why
another night, I know
don't
that,
like
but,
Mondays. Tell me why.
Yeah.
I like that song.
So
Who sings that song? Shit.
Boomtown Rap.
Boomtown
Thank you.
Rats.
Oh, I should have known that.
2 clips. He says 2 clips, question mark, LOL. I know, eh? Can you imagine that, Sue? The nightmare.
yeah.
Nicole, stop. Nicole, stop.
Saturday! Thanks, Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
thanks,
go.
Nicole.
Well, you're wearing your direct message shirt. today.
I don't know what Paul.
Hey, my direct.
I don't know what Paul's got against Saturday.
I don't. Yeah. Well, don't you like Saturday? It's like the weekend.
Why? Don't like Mondays.
Tell me why I
Saturdays.
don't like.
That is a good song. I forgot it was Boomtown Rap.
Do you
Boomtown
remember the Bay City Rollers?
Yes, we do.
Saturday.
And who sang Saturday in the park? I think it was the 4th of July. Who sang that one?
I can't remember now. Yeah.
Okay, who's got Googly Woogly up? Saturday in the park.
Some of you, like Leslie Ann, you're on 2 screens right now.
Well, then she's taking up all the real estate, man. And she can't be on Google too.
She's using all the bandwidth.
I can't remember.
Just another
Manic
Manic
Monday, we're good?
There we go.
Yeah.
Forget Susanna Hoff still looks fantastic, by the
Who's
way.
that? Dolly Ollie?
65. Susanna Hoff just had a birthday, 65 years
Who
old,
the
by the
hell
way.
is Susanna Hoff?
Elton John.
She's the leader of the Bengals, lead vocalist of the Bengals.
Oh, cool. Elton John. Sang who? No. Saturday night's all right for fighting.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
Elton
that's
John.
Elton John.
That's the one we do all the time. Saturday.
Yeah.
But
But
no.
it's Saturday in the park. I'm thinking about the 4th of July.
Chicago, really?
Monday. Was it Chicago?
Is that Chicago?
Maybe it was.
Yeah, it was.
Might
Yeah.
be right.
And
Monday.
Susan, Monday. Yeah.
No, no.
Okay, but Sue, this
No,
is just for the
no.
record, this is MLM. Okay, let's listen Monday. MLM.
Now we've kind of made a quick switch here on topics because we're coming up with. Has there ever been a song written about a Wednesday or a Thursday?
Well, I know a song written about a Wednesday, but nobody else will know it. I promise you. But it was giving her roses on Wednesdays because Wednesday is a down day.
Yeah.
So instead of giving her roses on Saturday and Monday, give her roses on Wednesday.
Well,
That's
the
a good
Cure's
song.
Yeah, the Cure's Friday I'm in Love. It's called Friday I'm in Love, but they do reference most of the days of the week. So
There
the
you go.
Cure's Friday I'm in Love.
Saturday in the Park by
Wednesday.
Chicago.
Chicago. Thanks,
Nice.
Nicole.
Good.
Yeah.
Leslie Ann says Monday morning. Oh, one of her favorite
Wednesday morning.
songs by Fleetwood Mac. Monday
Yeah.
morning.
Wednesday
Oh, I
morning.
was just listening to Fleetwood Mac today.
Wednesday morning. Oh,
Song
Leslie
about
Ann.
every day of the week.
Wednesday morning, 2 a.m.
Culture Club has a song about every day of the week. Laura says.
Laura says, oh, really?
I remember that song.
Yeah.
That's it. I can't believe I never listened to Wednesday morning. Never thought of Wednesday morning. But of course, you know, Give Her Roses on Wednesday. You know that song. But Wednesday morning, 3 a.m. Simon and Garfunkel. That one, their first album. Beautiful song.
You didn't get a Slimy and Garfield question? What?
On their debut album.
Well,
Baby
By the way,
Boy
you'd be
3.
proud of me. I was listening to Slimy and Garfield today.
Nice.
Yes, it was.
Oh, look at this. Sue, Thursday. The weekend on a Thursday.
Nice
Morning.
morning.
Leonard Heron, Thursday. Pet Shop Boys.
Oh,
Yeah, boy, I
nice. I love Thursdays.
I
It might be
wow.
Giants Thursday at the Blue Note.
Wow.
Whitetown, Jersey, Tuesday, Devon, Thursday. Oh,
Sue's got the
nice.
Google. Just
Way to
going-
go,
she's Googling
Sue.
at 100 miles an hour.
Oh, David Bowie, man. I got to listen to some David Bowie. I got David Bowie withdrawals.
So here's the thing about David Bowie, if I may. Everybody loves David Bowie. David Bowie's an icon. I get that. I understand that, but I don't understand that. I've got to listen to more David Bowie.
David Bowie is.
Why is he such an icon? Now, I like his music, but I don't understand why they put the icon tag on David Bowie. So let me listen to some more music. Let me try and figure out the whole David Bowie thing.
David Bowie was one of the most intelligent people.
Yeah.
And it showed in his music. You know, he read more books than any other musician combined. That man was a genius.
And
in
lead
so
vocalist
many
of my
ways.
favorite band loves David Bowie. So I have to get on the David Bowie train.
Boy, it was amazing.
He's probably one of your most intelligent musicians.
Probably one of the most intelligent. Like such a smart guy,
Mm-hmm.
such a beautiful mind, and and culture, everything about culture and all that sort of stuff with him and his music. And then of course he's such a dandy, right? You know, the
That's
dressing,
true.
And all the dressing and the
He
showmanship
took
and the
fashion
drama.
and he wasn't afraid. He wasn't afraid.
I
He
love
also wasn't
Ziggy.
afraid
I love
to
it.
change.
I know, right?
Ziggy.
Right? So many bands and musicians get into this
Once they get it.
and they don't want to change. They're scared to make
Yep.
a change. They're scared to look different. They
Not
don't want
Bowie.
they don't want to make a change in their music for fear that they're going to lose the audience.
Yeah, not
I
David
got to
Bowie.
get into the David Bowie thing, guys.
Oh,
I'm not there yet. I apologize.
David
So
Bowie's
I
so good.
recognize his icon
Yeah.
status.
Just a,
I gotta
and,
get there.
And the thing is that he's just an intelligent man. An intelligent man, and you never listen to him in an interview. It's just
Was it his
spellbound.
lyrics? Was it
Spellbound.
what? Was it his lyrics? I mean, he was charisma personified. He was so suave. I loved it. It was great. I've seen interviews. But was it his lyrics or what was it with David Bowie?
Everything,
I
man.
think it was everything. His music, his lyrics, his voice,
Everything.
um,
Performance.
yeah, everything.
His voice was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Sorry, I was adjusting my cable there. I thought my cable was in knots.
Okay, so that's homework for me, guys. I got to get on the David Bowie train.
Yeah.
Leslie. Leslie, it says Cliff always says that Google is his friend, so I make him look up stuff because Google is only an acquaintance of mine. every time I said Google is my friend, Leslie says, well, he's just an acquaintance of mine.
Or it's asking Alexa, or
Mostly due to Labyrinth. Laura
Yeah.
May knows.
It's funny, eh? I'm always telling stories about Leslie, but I'm a pretty good guy for reflexes. I'm pretty fast, and she'll throw stuff at me and I'll catch it. And one time I'm like, yeah, I'm always like, cat-like reflexes, right? Blah, blah, blah. And one time I throw something at Leslie Ann, way terrible throw. She reaches out and just grabs it. And she looks at me right in the face and she says, kitten-like reflexes.
not cat-like.
Not cat-like.
Only kitten.
Kitten-like reflexes. So funny. It just killed me. I don't know how many years ago that was, but I still freaking laugh at that.
Hello, Google, my old
Well, you think
friend.
back before there was Google.
I know, right?
You had to actually go and find a book to do your research.
Go find the
and
damn
something.
library.
You had to find the library.
Have to find that
book.
Britannica salesman.
Yeah.
The Britannica salesman goes by. I always thought to myself, it would be really cool, right? They have ice cream touch with the ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling bill, right? They should have a Britannia, like a truck with all encyclopedias in there, and they walk by the neighborhood going, dang, dang, Britannia, get your knowledge.
I think they should. Nicole's point, Alexa.
Bring out your dad! Bring out your dad! You remember that Monty Python? Bring out your dad! Bring out your dad!
I'm not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet.
Doesn't matter. Shut up, you'll be soon.
Funny.
Sorry, what Nicole said?
Nicole, Alexa, set my alarm for 2 a.m., right, Polly? So if you remember,
Not at my house now. Thank you very much, Nicole.
so if any of you have Alexa, we would do that. We would quickly yell out, "Hey, Alexa," and see if you get a reaction. If you've got a speaker, something close by to you.
Not at my house.
That's good, Nicole. We set Polly's alarms before. And what does Leslie Ann say? The problem with Labyrinth? Who said there's a problem with
A problem with Labyrinth? There is no problem with Labyrinth. It's a brilliant movie.
What's Leslie Ann? What did we
David Bowie
miss?
did a decent job in that.
And the soundtrack. Okay, so David Bowie does the whole soundtrack Labyrinth. It's freaking phenomenal. It's brilliant. That soundtrack is brilliant. It's probably one of my favorite movie soundtracks, actually.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
All right, we got about coming down to about 2 minutes left.
Nicole says, yep, Alexa just went off.
Alexa, set alarm for 2 a.m.
And Sue said, oh my God, when I lived in Edmonton in 2017, the West Side ice cream truck was outside and it was laughing my ass off at the song it was playing, The Sting. Nice.
Hey, William Kirkland, good to know you were here. I didn't realize you were with us tonight.
Bye, William. Bye, William.
I saw a thumbs up a little bit ago.
Did you? Oh, did you? I didn't see it.
Oh, Laura mentioned backlash to Labyrinth. Oh, I didn't see that last night. I'm not sure what the backlash was.
I don't. It was
a great movie.
what a soundtrack. What a brilliant David Bowie soundtrack.
All right,
so good.
ladies and gentlemen, listen, to all of you that showed up today on both Facebook and on YouTube, I tell you, I speak for the three of us when I tell you we very much appreciate you being here, and we appreciate all the interaction. Tonight was a lot of fun, a lot of yucking it up, and some serious conversation. And hey, that's part of what we like. We like the serious conversation, and we like all the fun and yucking it up. And today we had a little bit of everything, and it was really cool. So please come back next Monday. And if you like this podcast, do share it. If you don't like it, share it anyway. We'd appreciate that. And tag somebody, bring them back. Tina, Adam, nice to see you again. Bring a friend, will you? That'd be awesome. And appreciate you being here. And if you, in case you somehow missed this,
You can either go back on YouTube and rewatch it, or now, of course, you can go
Facebook.
back on Facebook and rewatch it, and or you can tune into just the audio on soundtriggerradio.com on Friday nights at 10 o'clock. So you can tune in there as well. And hey, again, next Monday is a holiday Monday. Sometimes we're not on holiday Mondays, so
We haven't decided
we'll-
yet, by the way.
we will
So
let you
still
know
stay tuned, guys. Okay.
about that.
Yeah.
And also, again, last reminder, we will remind you this each Monday because we want a big crowd for April 22nd at live at Manual Labor. Come out and
come
see
visit
us.
us.
Same
And,
time, guys. By the way, 8 p.m.
We will be still live streaming to both platforms that night, but you can all come and watch us and interact with us during the live
Yeah,
stream
have
as well.
a chat with us. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So we'll let you know. We will post on the Facebook page if we're going to be on next Monday because it is
Gonna
Family
hurt.
Day,
Yep.
Family Day holiday. We'll let you know if we're there or not. Have a great week, everybody.
Stay happy.
See you all later.
Bye. Thank you.